Choose service over popularity. Try to serve a few people rather than be popular with many. A lot of the top coaches I see out there, they're not very big on platforms. Kind of like me, they don't have huge followings. I don't have a lot of subscribers on YouTube or SoundCloud where I do my podcast. I don't have a lot of people following me on Facebook or whatever. But I get a lot of business out of that. And it's because it's very specific. I'm not trying to be some motivational guru that goes viral and everybody loves the message, but they don't actually do anything with it because it's just horseshit. I want to be someone where like a few people listen to it and they actually go and transform their lives based on what I've said. Right? That they actually go and change their relationships and change their career and change the way they think and speak and everything. Real life shit, not just, oh, that feels nice, share it, move on with being a dick. Right? If you really want to be really successful in this kind of business, or in any business really, you want a few people to love you. Even if everyone else hates you, it's fine. Right? But if you try to be liked by everybody, if you try to be generically popular, you're going to have very low sales. It's amazing how many people you'll see online look like they've got a big following and they're doing really well social media wise, but actually their bank account is pretty dismal. Because while they're getting all the likes and all the shares and all the noise, no one actually is that moved by their stuff because it's generic, right? And this would apply to selling wine as well. Okay? You can be like, I'll provide any wine you want. Or you can be that person who's like, I only specialize in champagne for champagne enthusiasts. Which means you're going to be loved by people who drink champagne. Everybody else is going to feel neglected by you. That's fine. Absolutely fine. You're going to do better with that business model than the guy who's got all the wines. I think. I don't know. I'm not a wine guy. But you generally find what you're looking for is this niche community that you create of enthusiasts that you serve very powerfully, even if it costs you the popularity or the love of other people. Whatever that means for your business, keep that in mind. Right? Your clients will appreciate you being like that because you're going to be very specific, very practical, high service for exactly what they need, as opposed to like, yeah, it's nice, but nobody's going to use it. Rather than selling, ask and deliver. So rather than trying to get somebody to want what you've got, ask them what they want and cater to them. Right? So rather than go like, oh, sign up for my 3-month coaching program, go like, what do you need from me? You need this, you need this, you need that. Okay, that looks like about maybe 1 session a week for a few months. We'll see how that plays out. Maybe we'll get together for a weekend and just do a big deep dive, or maybe we can just have a call once every 2 weeks for 15 minutes. You figure out what will give them what they're asking for, and then you cater to that. You make a service or a product for that. Rather than calling someone up and go, hey, look, I've got this bottle of red wine that I think you'll love, you should buy it. Go like, what have you got coming up? Party? What do you need for the party? Yeah, okay, you need 3 whites, 3 reds, bunch of champagne. I got you sorted. Let me call you back in 15 minutes. I'll put something together for you. That is how you serve people. Don't force them into something that they don't need. Deliver what they want. And when they tell you what they want, don't take their first answer for granted. Right? Get in there deep. Go, why do you want that? What's the deeper goal that you're trying to achieve here? What's really important to you? And then offer something that matches that. Now this one's a little more controversial maybe. Have just one main thing that you do or sell. And everything else you do is just peripheral to that. So for me, it's one-to-one coaching. That's my thing. I have courses, I have videos, I have podcasts, I have books, I have blog posts, I have Facebook groups, I've got all the shit. And all of that stuff, have it for free, really. All you gotta do is get in touch with me. You can have any of it for free, or highly discounted or something. Because all of that is nothing compared to my coaching, even though it's good. So my one main service is coaching. I always keep that in mind. Whenever I'm talking or interacting with someone, they can have all the other stuff they want. I'm not going to try and like make that difficult for them. Like, well, if you want 3 videos, I'll need $15. No, have 3 videos. Fuck it, right? Have the book, right? If you don't want to buy it on Amazon, fine. Here's the PDF, whatever. Enjoy the book, because the book leads to coaching, and the videos lead to coaching, the podcast and the course and everything leads to coaching. And I'm just interested in the people who want to do coaching. I mean, I'm not only interested in them, but I'm most interested in them. So ultimately, I'm not going to put up many barriers to the other stuff, right? And it would be the same if I was in the wine business. Like, I might give away samples and all sorts of stuff that I could charge for, but why? I'll give them tickets to the tasting or whatever. Or I'll hang out with them and I'll pay for the wine when we have dinner. Because what I'm looking for is a guy who's going to buy a pallet of stuff from me every month. Right, that's the only guy I'm interested in, really. Okay, so I'm looking for that guy. When I find that guy, he can have all the other perks and bits and pieces for free. Alright, I'll send him keychains and make him a necklace with a cork on it. I don't know what the fuck wine people do, right? He can have all of that stuff. I'm not going to make that difficult for him. It's the palate. That's my guy, right? So don't spread yourself too thin, trying to be everything, trying to sell everything, market everything, monetize everything. Have your main thing and everything else just points at it. And then you pay attention to the people who have all the free stuff and they go, what else you got? You go, well, let's talk about the paid stuff because that's the gold, right? And you focus on those people. When it comes to the actual sales part, the bit where you talk about them paying money for the thing, this needs to be done direct, shameless, bold, and patiently. Okay? Don't try to suspense them into it. It's like, well, before we talk about prices, did you know that you'll also get this and this and this and wank, wank, wank? And all that stuff that people do to try and like get you to a yes before they've even heard it. I have a lot of coaching associates or people I see online, you can't even find their prices, right? They want to make sure that you've had the coaching experience before they talk about prices because they're too scared that their prices will scare you off. I put my prices on my website. And when somebody wants to know about working with me, I'm like, here's how much it costs. And this is what will happen. And then I go silent and I'll let them respond to that. I don't try to like preempt their objections. I don't try to get them to feel pressured to say yes or rush past this so they don't get to talk about it. I'm like, it's a big price. You want to talk about it? How do you feel? Are you nervous? I would be. And we have the conversation. We have the uncomfortable conversation that most salespeople just will not have. Of, I don't feel totally safe parting with this money. It's okay. You shouldn't. Who knows? I could be some scammy fuck. Let's talk about it. What would make you feel safe? Why don't you feel safe? Is there anything we can fix here, or is this just broken and we can't do anything with it? Either way, no money's changing hands until we've talked about everything and you feel good about it. That's it. Right? So be bold and shameless with that part of the conversation. Don't treat your prices like some dirty little secret that you want to try and whip past them so you can get to the bit where you've got their money and nobody had to talk about it. Put it right out there. You know, someone's like, well, so how much is that? What's that Chardonnay that all the rappers drink and stuff? Dom Perignon? Something like that? How much is it? And you're like, it's $5,000 a bottle. What do you think it was going to be? And like, oh my God, $5,000. You're like, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's popular stuff. How do you feel about it? You know, just be like, yeah, but, you know, it's really blah, blah, blah. You should think about this and this and this. It comes with this extra value, and I'll throw in this bottle for it. Don't do any of that. Right? Just go, yeah, it's up there. This is the top-notch shit. I'd be scared of buying it. How do you feel? And get into it. Talk it through. Right? Because in this style of sales, we don't want the person who makes the purchase and then regrets it. Because that's not a long-term relationship. We want the person that by the time they make the sale, there's no chance of regret. And they're probably going to come back for more. Because you've made the sale catered to them, their needs, their limitations, everything. You don't try to push them past that. My top clients, the ones who have spent the most money with me, they didn't spend it all at once. They've come in and out as repeat clients. They have this long-term, lifetime value, it's called. Right? They're the best ones. Now, if I asked them for that amount of money up front the first time we met, they all would have said no, probably. It's too much for the little that they knew about me. As the value got fed out with our relationship over time, they got more and more comfortable spending more and more. Right? At no point have they gone like, I can't spend that much. Because I never push. Right? If anyone listening to this has feel that I've pushed, please get in touch and let me know. Because I did it by mistake. So, make sure that everything's up front. You're not trying to corner them into a sale. They've always got an escape route. And if they aren't totally comfortable, you put the brakes on. If they're like, yeah, alright, yeah, charge it up. Be like, whoa, I'm not hearing a lot of enthusiasm there. I don't want to take your money in these kind of circumstances. What's going on? Right, you're the one who says no or stop or let's slow down. Don't wait for them to do it, and don't hope that they won't. Take as long as you need because it pays off in the long term anyway. Last principle generally is, don't do anything that you would be uncomfortable being on the other end of. You've been sold stuff before. Ask yourself, what don't I like? What do I like? And repeat that. It's as simple as that. Okay, be the salesman you wish to get when you're buying something. Alright, I remember when I first noticed this, I had a person sign me up for coaching. I'd had a few coaches before that, or a couple of coaches before that. And I had this one guy, as soon as I started talking to him, I was just like, fuck, he's laid back. Like every other time I talk to a coach for the first time, I'm just in the back of my mind thinking like, oh, when's the sales pitch coming? What's it going to be like? It's actually distracting. I can't even tell how valuable they really are because I'm worried about that happening. Whereas this guy started the conversation very similar to how I do when I'm meeting a new person for the first time. Where he's like, look, this might be the last time we talk and that's fine. There's going to be no sales talk or nothing today. We're not going to talk about working together or paying for anything. Let's just have a coaching session and see what happens. And straight away I was just like, oh, that's nice. And my first thought was like, I'm going to do that. That feels great. I like that a lot. And I've been doing it ever since. Words to that effect anyway. So if you can just take that, like whatever you don't like, take that out of what you do. Don't do anything that you'd hate to receive. Okay, this is for you as well. It's not just to help with your sales, but so that you can go home at night and not look in the mirror and go, ah, you piece of shit, you sleazy bastard. Don't do anything that feels like you're compromising, right? Because you don't need to. You really don't, okay? And when somebody does sell you something and you liked that process, ask yourself why. What did I like about that? What did I like about them and the way they did it? Right? Especially if you don't regret that purchase a year on. Like there's no buyer's remorse. Try to learn from that experience and bring that into your own business. I'm going to finish up, summarize with how I do things exactly. Okay? So this will only be really applicable to coaching and coaching-like services, but maybe the principles will become clear for other businesses as well. But here's what I do. I pump out content like this. That's first and foremost. That's the background. Videos, podcasts, little rants on Facebook, whatever it is, I'm constantly pumping out stuff in general to help my specific niche audience. Right? My nice guys, my people pleasers, the people who want to be more honest. Right? It's not everyone in the world. It's not even a majority. It's just a small little niche of people pleasers who want to be authentic. Okay, and I just make stuff specifically for them. It's questions directly from my audience, questions that came up in my client sessions, questions that were a big deal in my own life because I'm one of them. And I make very specific, helpful, practical content and I hold nothing back. I don't hide any, like, if you want to find out the third technique, you've got to come and join my course. It's like, no, here's the third technique. These are all my techniques. That's it. I got nothing left in the tank. High level service. Remember, it's not coaching, so it doesn't matter. I get it all out there. Right? There's no content in the world that's better than my coaching. Right? So I can pump out as much content as I want, safe in the knowledge that it's not going to be a substitute for my coaching. And I'm building up a library of content here. Something where, like, I've had a few people say, fuck man, every time I ask you a question, you send me a link. And that's what I want. I want to have a specific answer for every kind of question I get in a piece of content. I want this library. I'm not doing this for the likes or the subscribers or anything. I'm doing it for the library. So when my clients go, I've got a specific need, I'm like, I've already got a specific podcast. Here it is. Boom. I don't have to make something new for them, right? I can serve with high efficiency. Make one piece of content once, serve 1,000 people with it. When someone shows interest, I escalate quickly. I know that coaching them is the best thing I can do for them. So as soon as I get an email from someone who's interested or they found a video helpful or they got a question for me, straight away I'm thinking, let's jump on a call. Now that call is freely given. They don't pay for it. It doesn't have a sales pitch at the end. I don't even ask them afterwards if they want to keep working together. Nothing. I just coach the shit out of them, and then if they want to talk to me again, they'll get in touch. And that's something I explain to them as well. I coach them as if they're already paying to work with me. There's no difference really between the first coaching session you'll get from me for free and other coaching. Except in the first session I have to get to know you a bit. That's about it. But the value I deliver, I don't hold anything back. I coach you like you paid me 20 grand for this session. I coach everybody like that all the time. So I do that, and there's no pitch, no obligation, no pressure. If they get in touch with me, if they're responsive after that, if they enjoyed it, if they did the homework, if it worked for them, if their wife likes them more now and their job's going well or whatever happened, then I suggest we talk again, and this time we talk about continuing coaching together. And that's where we go into the bit like, what do you want from me? How can I help you? And I give them options that they can pay for that would help them. And I'm very bold and honest and upfront about how much those options cost and how to pay for them and everything like that. That's pretty much how it works. It's a very simple system. I do it with everybody. And at no point do I have to use any tactics. At no point do I have to try and make someone a client or nothing. I'm just serving people non-stop. Now this is at a point in my career now where people come to me. I don't need to reach out to people cold. But prior to this, there was just an extra step where I'd make a piece of content and then I'd find someone. Actually, it's the other way around. I'd find someone, see that they had a need or a potential interest. I'll make a piece of content just for them and send it to them as a surprise gift. And that's how I'd reach out to people cold, right? So they'd get this message of like, a video for me, bullshit. They'd read it and say, hi Kevin, like, holy fuck, it really is for me. I say, hey, I was just, I was reading through your Facebook thing and I saw you had a question about like being honest in a relationship, and I thought I'd answer that question, and here it is. This dude's like, holy shit, he just made me a video. And then at the end, I'm like, hey, if you liked it, get in touch. And that's how I'd reach out to new people. But I don't do that anymore because I don't need to. Most of my clients are repeat clients or people from my audience coming to me. So I'm lucky, but I had to build up to that. It took like 5 years to get there. Oh, one final thing. At the end, when they say yes, I double check. I got that from Rich Litvin, the coach. So I slow down a yes just to make sure it's not like overexcited hype and they are actually into it. So if someone's like, sign me up, I'm like, are you sure? Is there anything that's going to get in the way? Is there any doubts in your mind that we need to talk about first? Right? So I want to make sure that someone doesn't go, yes, hang up the phone and go, fuck, I regret that. Right? Now I've got to hide from Dan. I want to make sure that like I don't need to worry whether or not the money's going to come into my account. This guy's definitely in. Right? And then we just get into it. Hope that was helpful. There's probably more. I couldn't think of everything because I've just moved halfway across the world and I'm knackered, but hopefully that's enough for you to start authenticating your sales style and do something that's more enjoyable and, in my opinion, more effective, especially for the long-term game.